Bait for raccoon. Two. One. While I'm back home, I got I believe four suckers here. They're good sized suckers. I am going to cut them up into like 2-inch chunks. I'm going to cut them in half lengthwise. I will gut them out and I'll freeze them. And one of these I think I might put over the fire. I got a fire going right now. I don't know how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to wrap them in tin foil or use a willow stick and cook it like that over the fire. So in the meantime, I'm going to go get my knife, prepare a bucket for the entrails, and I'll meet you right back here. Okay, what I'm going to do is just going to take my knife, go along here, gut them out, cut the head off, possibly just chunk them and then cut them in half to lengthwise. See, this one's a female. Be careful when you do this. Right now I'm just gonna go behind here and just cut. You could probably keep the head for bait too, but that's all right. Alright, I spared you the most gruesome part. I showed a little bit of how I did it, but I got the rest of these all chunked up, and what I'm going to do now is cut them in half. I have these little chunks like this here. What I'm going to do is cut them this way, so that way I cut this in half. I have 2 pieces for bait. So I'm going to clean up my hands a little bit, get a little different camera angle, and I'll be right with you. Alright, like I said, I'm going to take this half, or this chunk right here, go right down the middle the best that I can. Probably try not to cut through the backbone. Well, there we go. I could possibly get 3 pieces out of here, which I think I might. There, I got 3 pieces of bait for raccoon. I'll do the rest of these and I'll show you how many pieces I have, how many pocket sets I could possibly make, and I'll be right back. Well, I got done counting all the chunks of sucker, and I think I came up with like 56 or 58 pieces of bait for raccoon and mink, or whatever decides to go into the pocket sets. The one thing, as I was doing this, as I was chunking it out, I had the idea, obviously I'm going to put this stuff in the freezer, and when I take it out to the field, it's going to be frozen. I'm going to put like 3 in a package, 3 in a Ziploc bag. What I thought about doing here is taking your knife with the sharp side away from you, and be careful not to poke your finger, is make a little hole into the chunk of meat. All right, just like that. So when you're ready to put it into the pocket, you can take a stick, a willow or whatever you have, and just put it through that hole and put it up inside or in back of the pocket. So that's what I came up with when I was chunking this stuff up, and I think it's a pretty decent. All I do is just kind of lay it on its side like this, cut at an angle, cut one side, cut the other, put a hole in it like so, add it to the pile. And this, like the dorsal fin, the top of the fish, I'll just go through here, through this way, and just kind of lift up, and just kind of turn it to put like a nice little hole in there for a stick or whatever you want to use to put the bait into the pocket set. There. All I have left now is to put everything into Ziploc bags, and I know I'm not going to have enough right here, so maybe I'll put four chunks of bait into the Ziploc bag, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer in the house. And I'll show you how many packages I got with however many I put into the bag. So stick around, I'll show you that too. There is 55 chunks of meat right here. A lot of these, like this one right here, I could probably cut once more, cut in half once more. So this could possibly be 55 pocket sets. I know there's going to be times where I'm going to have to rebait, and it is what it is. So, but this coming season, this summer, I'll be fishing for some little bluegills and whatever muskrats I catch, I'm going to use that for bait also. And what I'm going to do is put these in a gallon Ziploc bag. I wouldn't need to, but I'm going to. You don't really have to seal it because they're just going to be bait. Okay, you don't have to do anything fancy, you know, just put them in there. I'm just double bagging it just because I don't feel like rinsing off these little bags before I put them in the freezer. And just before this little segment right here, this little chapter, I had a mosquito land on my finger. All of a sudden it gets warm out and the mosquitoes decide that they want to start flying around. April 18th, and mosquitoes are out. Not cool, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to just divvy this up. Put one in here. Zip this up. Put one in here. Alright, here's 2-gallon bags of raccoon bait, mink bait, maybe otter, who knows, in these 2 bags here. So if you made it this far, if you found it interesting, helpful, hit that thumbs up. That's going to help my channel. Leave a comment down below. If you like it even more than that, subscribe. That is right over here. So with that all being said, these little pieces of fish, I'm going to enjoy the little things come fall. All right? Enjoy the little things. Just a little disclaimer, I didn't cook a fish over the fire like I said I was going to. Weather's changing. I'm tired, and I think I might have a steak. I think I'll go with a steak.